Hello. Can you hear us okay, Katie?
Yes, I can.
Oh, yay. Good morning, everybody. This is Shannon and Dreama, and we have Isabel with us today. And Katie Kamara is joining us for our special edition um, of, I don't know, Demystifying the Shaman. I'm looking at my computer screen. Obviously, we have a different setup, but my camera's over there. So please feedback on like lighting and like whether or not you can see us. We'd really appreciate that. But Katie is going to introduce us to, or introduce the audience to who we are with at Soma Fusion Radio. I don't see our actual picture. Katie, do you see that?
No, you're stuck on the overlay.
There we go. Now we're here.
Yay!
All these extra things. I had to move my setup. I was gonna say my rig, but I don't think they call it that. I don't know. I had to move all my stuff, so it's a little bit wonky.
We're in the medicine room,
so here, we're in the medicine room at Dreama's house, and I keep looking at our camera as I was saying before, or looking at the screen of my computer, but my camera's over there. So, so we look like we're talking down to ourselves. We are.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay.
We'll get it figured out. So, Katie, do you want to introduce what Soma Fusion is? Soma Fusion media. She is a medium.
So recently we partnered over with Summer Fusion Media, I Evolve TV, and so basically I am the founder and the owner of Summer Fusion Media. We are a media production and book publishing company, and we actually explore the biggest names in the industry's frontiers of consciousness, spirituality, personal growth, the emerging paradigms in psychology, health, various sciences, and innovative philosophies that reflect the commitment to the advancement of individual, social, and global awareness. And through the teachings that I do and many others, people will discover that there are no rules to follow or methods to learn. Being in the moment can transform even an ordinary circumstance into profoundly moving catalyst whilst living in the moment. We are an all-female team run and owned radio network. We air live shows on our exclusive platform for the collective of strong, fearless women or radio show hosts in a male-dominated industry to raise their voices freely in their area of expertise and causes, introducing listeners to an array of guests, men and women from all walks of life. And not only that, Summer Fusion Media is a firm believer of unity and equality of all. So there you go.
Oh, yes, beautiful. I don't know. Whoever wrote that's amazing.
Me.
I know. Yes, exactly. It frames who we are and what we do.
It frames everything in very beautiful.
Exactly.
Yes.
First time I heard that, wow, this is awesome.
Yep. So yeah, of course I had to, before I moved and partnered with you, of course I had to get the approval of my partner. So after she heard that, it was like, no question. Yep, we're going. That's great. So this broadcast started out, this idea yesterday. Katie and I were lamenting about, man, I think I just need to do some cord cutting. I need to pray. I need to meditate. I feel like I need like something where I need the power of the intentions of my sisters. And so here we are. And then we thought, and maybe that's when you came in, like maybe we should actually like record it and broadcast it, because I think what people think sometimes when we say these things, that it's something hoodoo voodoo or taboo or strange. And so that's here we are.
Right.
Something to be afraid of.
Yeah, nothing to be afraid of.
So, and I know that Katie woke up not feeling very well today, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a healing.
Yeah. Oh no, I've had a very, very exhausting week. I'm still trying to, balance my daily life out between work and taking the kids to school and all of that kind of stuff, because they've just gone back to school and they're having so much fun. So it's absolutely beautiful. But the other thing is too is that you mentioned a very good point, is that the fact that a lot of people do see what we do, or even just a meditation, whether it's guided or not, as some woo-woo mystifying thing. And that goes the same with hypnosis as well. I'm a certified hypnotherapist, and uh, even hypnotherapy is like, okay, because when I first was introduced to hypnotherapy, I went and did the course, I got certified in it, and then after that, I had people coming to me saying, "Oh, are you gonna do a magic spell on me?" Like as if they've seen hypnosis in the movies, like a circus act performance. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, the guided meditations or hypnosis or anything of those sort, the alternative modalities are not woo-woo. They're not anything of the sort. We're not going around a campfire dancing naked, although there are rituals like that, but we're not
Though I wouldn't. I mean, maybe the drumming and stuff like that. Maybe not complete nudity. But I might be down for that.
I'm not
I got friends that do that. They're into that, so it's okay. There's no prescription of what's of exception. You know what I'm saying? It's all just very inspired and just flowing with spirit. And what I tell everybody, I see people that are of all different aspects of spirituality. You know, from Buddhism all the way to paganism. You know, I mean, they've got all these different spectrums, and I tell them all the same thing. I say we do ritual, we do things as a natural example of a spiritual experience. So when I light a candle and I tell you this is you, this is every man is lit of the divine. So this is you. You're lit of the divine, and we're going to allow this. You're going to burn these things up in your life that you're not. It's not serving you. It's not helping you. So we're going to let this go. And man, I'm telling you, I see so much beautiful release and people moving out of stuff every day, moving into healing, moving into freedom. And I'm like, it works. I'm telling you, it works. And so it's a beautiful thing.
So I'll let Dreama guide the rest of our movement here.
So we'll just go into just a really sacred. I just want to just go into a really sacred space right now that's within each of us. That just sacred energy. Just want to go into the divine. Just spirit is just calling for some grounding today. Just pulling into some grounding energy. And when I say that, I mean just see yourself. You can right now come into a place. You're sitting in your chair. You're laying on your couch. Whatever you're doing, just see yourself sort of laying or sitting, maybe out under a tree. You're sitting in the yard. You're on the earth, and you're connecting to Mother Earth in a deeper, much more like a transmutational way. You're exchanging. Today is a day of exchange, and that's what I'm hearing in my spirit. It's a day of exchange, and you want to give what you've got to receive something different. So we are letting some things go, and this is what we're going to do today. So
I imagine growing my roots down into the earth. That's what I do. That's a tip for anybody. That's what I do.
That's really good. And I had a lady the other day. I was like seeing. I told her to start grounding, and she said, "I literally see the roots coming out of my back and going into the ground. I've never had that before." But she said, "I see my roots going out of my back and my body, and I'm laying on the ground." I said, "Perfect, exactly."
And my roots are silvery white. They're not like tree roots.
Not tree roots, right? Right. So that is beautiful. And we just fall into that grounding today, and coming up into our root center and just balancing. I just want to move through the energy centers a little bit, just balancing and aligning those before we move forward to releasing. And just balancing that root energy right now, coming into the sacral energy, which is a little above the root center. Um, and you can sort of move with me if you want to put your hands on those places together, just pulling into that sacral energy, that reproductive area. We just bring balance and harmony and healing into that space right now. Moving into the solar plexus, the center of all things, that solar system of the body, just calling healing and balance to that area. Even with nausea to be gone and eliminated, stomach issues today to release as you come into balance in that place. Um, Spirit says some people just need to really have some probiotic, honestly, into their body. They need that added in there. moving into your heart center, coming up into the heart right now. Just releasing the heart for healing today, releasing expansion and healing into the heart, releasing. I feel like there's somebody that needs to really release. There's been I see a cutting or division. Just releasing that in your heart space that you feel betrayed, you feel very hurt right now. Just coming into healing in that space, breathing into that, and releasing, moving into the throat center right now, speaking those words that are so powerful. You need to speak, and releasing your ability to say and speak your truth today, and just letting all those. I just feel like I see things just falling off of throat centers right now, just like crystallizations just falling off as you come into balancing and centering your throat center, coming up into your third eye, into this place of sight and experience. Just I'm calling into headache and head pain, just bringing healing to that right now into the third eye. I see and I can see clearly. I see and I can see clearly. I'm not afraid to see and experience life. Calling into that right now. I'm coming into the crown center above you, just this divine center of light. Just calling in that divine center of light and expansion. I just want you to see yourself expanding out like the golden light just expanding out the top of your head, and calling in that divine energy. Just letting it flow into the body today for healing and for alignment. As we bring this body into alignment. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in and blow it out. And release right now. We just release all of that. We just release, and we thank you, Spirit, for this divine flow, this grounding and divine flow into our energy centers today. As we move into healing today, we move into total alignment. Total alignment. I don't know why, but Spirit is showing me like some jagged boards, and like how you walk through a place and you can bump into that board and you can catch yourself on those jagged places. So I want to encourage you that those jagged places, Spirit says, are within you, and that those places need to be cleared. They need to be just like you would take sandpaper to that. So some things are not always comfortable. Sometimes situations are not always comfortable, and that can be like a sandpaper, but it's rubbing you. It's creating a softer place for you to move through. So as you're moving through those places, you don't get snagged. That's what I'm hearing and seeing. So I just want to put that out there. No more snagging yourself on your own stuff. You're moving through and you're getting caught repeatedly. And you're saying, why do I keep hitting this? And it's because you're snagging yourself on your own stuff. I'm asking Spirit if there's this stuff that needs to absolutely come into releasing today. What's the stuff that needs to be released? And we're going to go into this time of surrender and burning that needs to be gone. And the Spirit says the stuff that is snagging you is discontent, not being contented in the place that you are and where you have been set, and feeling like the energy moved over. It's like your focus. So we're just releasing your focus and intent is not in alignment with what you really want, because you keep getting off place there. I'm going off and I'm looking this way. I'm not supposed to look that way. You're supposed to stay with your intention. That's really bad. Where did you begin? I'm back in the center. So that's what I feel right now. Thank you, Spirit. So we're going to move into this sacred burning time. I feel like candle.
I'm going to adjust that camera a little bit so people can see.
Okay. Purple.
Oh, purple.
That's what came forth. So we're gonna go with the purple. Okay. So what's that?
A feather. A brown one at that.
It was in the pot. That's really strange. The feather just showed up.
Can you see it, Katie?
And I literally just cleaned this out. This was empty. That is wild. Okay. A brown feather. Okay. So I'm gonna light this. Wait, I'm gonna oil there. I just always want to stay in gratitude. So I'm gonna oil this, and then I'm gonna sort of like that. And it's gonna go to you. Just thank you and come into gratitude today for our sisters today, being together and just empowerment of releasing for the collective, releasing for my sisters, just a powerful release today, setting some things in order and releasing some things that need to be untied. Spirit says I feel strangulation almost. Like when I say that sounds horrible, I know, but it's like the spirit is showing me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Spirit is showing me like something just being too tight on you. It's almost like whatever you're feeling a tightness. So I'm gonna roll this candle in between my hands. The reason I do that is I'm taking my energy. I'm imparting my energy into this candle. I'm just like I'm going to pass it around for the other girls to do the same thing. And we're putting our energy into that candle, and that candle then partakes of the energy that we have. So when it burns,
and I did a little extra for Katie.
Yes, beautiful. So it releases from all that. When we do the release, it's going to release all of us.
Yep, because, like Whitney Houston said, we are every woman.
That's awesome. I love that. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to light this candle. All your energy going to
with intention. Yeah,
like you just pour it into the candle. Like I always see it like honey rolling out of my hands, coming into the candle, and just and it covers that candle. And so now that candle is part of me. It's part of the energy.
Yep, you put your intentions into it like your prayers.
Just like prayers, that's right, exactly. So there's nothing, I find it's very calming, honestly. It's just like when
I just want to keep closing my eyes.
Yeah, it's very sacred. That's why this is a very sacred space we're in right now. And we're just staying in that beautiful sacred space. Yeah, that can happen too. When you sit for a long time in here. Sometimes I'm in here 2 or 3 hours, and I get up and I'm like, oh wow, my whole body is asleep.
Yeah.
Random circles. I'm sitting here like in this space, and I go, oh, I think my legs are gone. What happened to them? Yes. Okay, this is beautiful. Okay, this is some spray that I got. This came from New Zealand. Beautiful. And it was made by a medicine woman there.
Oh.
And so that's why I use it. It's called Magic Mister. Magic Mister. And I sort of spray it, and it just, I see a beautiful golden light covering us.
Oh,
That's
nice.
what I spray it for. And so you can get your own Magic Mister. Just mix up some.
You could just spray water.
Yeah, spray water, spray whatever. Yeah, whatever you feel.
Feel
guided to. Yeah, so that's what this is. No, nothing weird. So I'm going to give us a little 3 sprays just to create this sacred space. Again, a light. It sort of smells like the rainforest, honestly. It's sort of stinky.
Like flowers. Like dirt.
Yeah, it smells like dirt, sort of. Yeah, I don't know, but that's what the rainforest in New Zealand smells like. Wow. It's unique.
When you went to like the plant store,
yes. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing to this cord, piece of cord. We're going to get some new oil. I go through a lot of oil. Needless to say.
So do I.
Yep, I go through a lot of oil. We're going to, this time though, we're going to take that cord and put it in our hands and sort of roll it. And if you want and need more oil, throw it on your hand. Sort of roll it and hold it and just really imagine and send into that cord everything that you want broken, everything you need to detach that is corded, so we can just collectively pull in this energy for every person that is connecting to this today. Needs something broken, loose. You need to move past. You need expansion. There, this is. And we'll just pass it around. And we'll just keep this
One extra for Katie.
beautiful. We just thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful sacred time. And releases all cords, all constructs, anything that is tied, has tied us up, anything. I feel like that has tied.
Oh, it just
Whoa, mama.
Wheel.
Whoa, mama. Whoa, okay. After that, I do not touch it again with hands because now it has become
on its way to the divine.
Right, it's become part of the essence. Yes, smoke rises just like prayers rise. Smoke rises, and it comes up and is released, and it's releasing. So then you just breathe in that beautiful release. What smells there? Is there a sage bundle over there? Yeah, I can feel it. Breathe out.
Yeah.
Breathe in that beautiful releasing energy. And boy, that thing, it caught fire on the end, and then the rest of it just went up by itself. It's beautiful. So this was really good. Beautiful release today.
Can you see in the pot?
Yeah, beautiful. I've had times when I did this and it wouldn't burn.
Yeah. I guess we really want to release something.
So this was very intentional. The intention was really there to release and adjust the flow. And so it's beautiful. It just went up and down. So that's beautiful.
Which one? That one?
Oh, I love this one.
Back up on.
Looks like a little too close. Well, maybe not. Well, maybe so.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's all gone. Yay. Yay. So then we just have gratitude and thanksgiving. We just thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this release today. We thank you for this sacred time together, releasing all cords, anything that is corded to us. What are you feeling?
Like my leg hurts.
Just
I need to move a little bit. No, you're fine.
Release. Okay, that's okay. Release the leg.
There we go.
Release
There we go.
the
We're
leg.
good.
Okay, yeah, stretch it out. I know. It can be, yeah. You got a small space and you're in your sort of what do you call it? Indian pose.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, after a while. I gotta get out of this. So we just thank you for this beautiful release. I think that was awesome, ladies. That was beautiful. Very clearing. Very good.
How are you feeling, Katie? You feel a little relieved?
Yeah, I know. I wanted to thank the guidance of the highest light for love and protecting this space and assisting us in cutting any unhealthy cords or anything that is preventing us from opening our third eye, and that are attached to us in any way. And specifically helping us to release those cords with the divine archangel Michael, asking for divine assistance in cutting those cords. And these cords that we cut today is not serving our greatest good, and highest good, and for that to be removed. And in our third eye, if we picture the cord being severed, so not just by candle, if we picture that cord being severed by Archangel Michael's sword as it falls to the ground and dissipates into that white light, very similar to what you just did. And if we continue breathing through this whole meditation, what we're doing right now, we can repeat this ritual or meditation over and over again, and release as many cords as we need, um, to stop whatever represents for us, whether it would be anger, whether it would be draining your energy, whether it would be third eye, um, third eye prevention, for or psychic attack. Um, and of course, we do this over and over again until we feel that sense of relief, that sense of openness to our one way, our channel to the connection to the divine. And I would like to thank Archangel Michael and any other divine assistance that supports us in the release of these cords today. And thank you, Archangel Michael, for and the divine light for releasing these cords from our being.
Yeah.
And if we return to our body and rub our hands together or stamp our feet, we may be able to release anything or any extra energy that does not serve our higher good. So there we have it.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
So what Dreama and I usually do at this point is we usually just watch our candle burn.
Yeah.
And we often do actually cut the cord, but I think
Yeah.
because it was kind of short and it was just,
Yeah.
we also choose a cord that's like not plastic.
Right.
So that one was like off a shirt that was 100% cotton.
Right. Like
The, when I normally do cord cutting, it is normally through hypnosis. And the last time I did that, the woman that I did the cord cutting ritual with, was so scared of cutting her own cord that she while she was under in her subconscious, she completely started crying. She just like,
Aw.
I don't know, she was resistant to cutting that cord.
Wow.
And I had to guide her through so that she could finally cut that cord. And about 2 days later, she called me and she said, "I don't know what you did." I said, "I didn't do no magic." I said, "You did that all on your own."
Yeah. Wow.
And that's the thing is that, we assume that because cord cutting can be dangerous if used for the wrong purposes.
Yes.
And so you really got to understand that there are purposes for everything. And safely doing it and knowing what to do with it is a good thing. And this is why shows like this exist, so that we can show you it's not all woo woo, and this is the correct way of doing things. And there's many variations of these rituals, and
Absolutely.
there's not one commonly calling to Archangel Michael is because um, he is very well known archangel for cord cutting. So you know,
Yep.
um, but I mean, even in the simplest forms of just, we're having like for myself, I've had a really long, exhausting week, and cord cutting is the greatest thing for me because I am exhausted, and I don't want to feel this. My energy's drained.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
And I think we should need to be clear too. We're not cutting our cord of things that do serve us, and it's what doesn't serve us. What are we swirling around? What are we cycling through? Completed, over and over again that we're trying to get out of that cycle. So
Yes. And every cord cutting is different and unique.
yep, as unique as our people.
To that situation and those people that you're doing it with, or that person that is sitting with you. It is very unique to each person. And so I've did tons of cord cuttings that were that different. I mean, just totally different.
And
Sometimes
the other thing is, too is that I've done cord cutting ceremonies that haven't worked out in the best
Yeah.
interest of the person. But the other thing is too, what to recognize is sometimes the cord that you assume that you're cutting may not be the right cord because of the intention that you put behind it. And so, but let's just say, for instance, you are cutting the cord because you've had a bad relationship with another person or something like that. And you assume that you've cut it, but then you still continue having that bad relationship. But you've got to look at it a different way to say, well, was the attention behind the cord cutting correct,
Mhm.
or is there something that you need to learn in order to get to that stage of cord cutting to realize that it doesn't serve your highest good or your highest purpose?
Mhm.
And so some people, like, oh well, nothing works. Well, you have to give it a try. There's intention behind everything.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if you focus it, it's not going to work.
Right. And sometimes that cord that you're intending to cut is like, you have too big of intentions. You haven't, it's just that small piece of something is chipping away at it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
I think sometimes too, when we put that focus that attention, attention onto what the intention really is, sometimes we can do it from an egoic point of view, and
Yeah.
when we're thinking about our ego, then we are really not
Then
thinking
you're out of it.
intentions either. So
Yeah.
you have to leave the rest behind.
Yeah.
And you can always do, like you said, like what release things that aren't no longer serving me in my path, and allow your higher self to choose those corded things. And it might be something that you don't necessarily discover right or are aware of right away. So that's kind of what I do a lot of times.
Yeah.
I just feel like I because it's been enough times that I know that it's a release, so it feels good.
Mhm.
And you don't even have to do it in real life. You can just do it in your head, like you were saying, Katie.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, everything that is in the spirit starts in the spirit realm and manifests to the natural realm. So
That's right.
we're just doing a natural example of what we are allowing to happen in our consciousness, in our spirit, to ascend into that higher place, knowing that we have those things that we need to detach from, you know, and for me, a lot of times I can feel cords with people, so I will be like, I'll be feeling it, and when I do a body scan, I'm feeling these cords that need detaching.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, we need to do some detaching. I'm not sure exactly what it's about yet. So you have to move through that space and really, because every person is unique, it's on their unique journey, and you want to, my desire is to be the most pliable and helpful as I can, um, and know that that's all I can do. That's
Exactly.
all I can do. So, is to offer what I have, and that's basically it. That's what we came here for. That's what I tell myself. Oh, that's what I came with my intention to bring the gift that I have, and that's all I have. So,
Mm-hmm.
bring the intention and guide people. I don't, um, I don't have the, what do you call it? I don't, I don't have no name to claim or whatever. It's just here it is. This is it. So it's good. It's good to move through these spaces though,
Mm-hmm.
and bring people into understanding of the work that we do and how important it really is. It really is.
Yep. I never changed our title.
Oh.
We were in such a hurry. That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
We're this far into it now. So.
Yeah, that's right.
So I did look up quickly, like, so everybody's interpretation of how cord cutting. Even psychologists use some aspects of cord cutting. Writing down your intentions or writing down things and then burning it. Or shredding it. Shredding it would be a cord cutting activity. Then we burned this. Whatever lifts that intention up to the divine for intervention and support and help of your guides and your angels, whatever you want to call them. But I did look up really quick what is a cord cutting meditation. It's an energetic process where you're able to cut the energetic ties that someone has to you. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. I just want to add this in there. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a thing. It can be a behavior. It can be anything like that, or like your own behavior, not someone else's.
Yes.
Or a feeling. Every time you have a connection with another human, whether it's a quick conversation or a deeper relationship, you form esoteric cords between you and that person. And we form those through our heart chakras. So that's why we put our intentions in the activity through our heart, because that drives everything.
Yes.
I think I covered it.
Good.
Okay,
I was
good.
thinking too of the different, you can talk about cord cutting or even like a monthly full moon ceremony where those things we want to end and commit those things and just burn them, at the end of the month or whatever during a full moon ceremony. Or I have seen people do a cord cutting where they take two candles. Say they have two people that want this cord cut,
Mm-hmm.
and they tie the cord to each candle,
Yep.
and then they sever it in the middle, and they take their own power back. I mean, I've seen it done like that. I think I did it once like that for somebody that really needed that. But it's all unique to that person
Yeah.
and their personal experience. What's going on in their own heart, mind, and
Mhm.
their energy with those around them. So that's just being very intuitive and sensitive is a good thing, to feel into that. So everybody's so different. But I think this today was really very clearing. I felt very clearing on a real broad
Mhm.
spectrum,
Mhm.
So it's just like, hey, send your intention with it, and it's for me.
And so I think sometimes people see these things in candle shops or in esoteric shops, metaphysical shops, and they think, oh, that's voodoo, that's weird stuff.
Yeah.
But some things that help me really visualize, because if we're visualizing, we're manifesting whatever our intentions are.
Yes.
Some people really, it's really helpful if you have a little bit more of a physical representation of that thing. Again, you can use it for the wrong reasons, but I like these colored ones because green is healing, and so like sometimes if you can see her, just a female, um, and I'll put my own healing intentions. I like she's like kind of she's me, or that if it's Dreama, like I want to send prayers up for Dreama. This will be Dreama in my mind's eye.
Stand in, sort of.
Yep,
Stand in.
stand in, and like whatever she needs to release. But
Yep.
they sell these little guys.
Yep.
She's
I've got
unfortunately
it.
she's naked,
I got
but
it.
you know
They're always naked.
they're always naked, just like little kids' baby dolls. You know, little kids' baby have baby dolls with little clothes on them, and they're always naked.
They're always naked. But I think it's there's something about naked because
Yeah,
it makes sense that
it's
down
authentic.
to
We're born naked. We're born naked. We die naked, and so naked is the most naturalist feeling there is. It's what keeps us authentic. By clothing ourselves, by covering ourselves. I was just
Yeah.
going to say, while you guys were just talking, then I actually pulled a card. So for anybody who wants to hear a lesson, if you're keeping your creative inspirations a secret, and you feel called to do this work, but you're worried about it, go ahead and do it. You have no reason why you should not be taking a risk.
Well, did you pull it in reverse?
Yeah, it's in reverse.
wow.
Oh,
Page of
what is
Cups.
it? 8 of Cups.
Okay. Cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You're dumping that cup out.
Yes.
All 8 of them.
See,
Oh, that's right. That's
See?
what I imagined in my head. I don't know.
just for the hell of it, right? Just to
Yeah.
prove what I just gave out. So whoever wanted to hear that, needed to hear that message, let me
Yes.
just confirm, because this is the message right here.
Yes.
But let me tell you what came up next. I pulled the exact next card.
What is it?
Take the risk.
Oh,
Wow. Yeah.
nice.
Wow.
Really, because at the end of the day, it's
Confirm
your
this.
own prayers for yourself and for moving forward, or whomever you are, doing those things for. So
Yeah, that's beautiful because that's what it's about
Right.
expansion
Mhm.
it's about
It's-
stepping
it's-
out.
Exactly. And if if you've got all of this creativity in your head, whether you are whether you're going into a project, or whether you're going back to work, whether you feel inspired to go on a road trip or something, like, go do it. You've got nothing to lose.
That's right.
Totally
Exactly.
nothing to lose. Just walk off a cliff. Like, that's the whole point of our humanness, of being liberated, being authentic, being who we truly are, following our passions, following our dreams, following everything. And that can only happen when we cut the cords with what we don't see, or what we see as that doesn't serve our higher purpose. And
Yes.
so follow the road less traveled.
Yes.
You
Right.
can discover more, and open up that creativity, open up that passion for life, open up that inspiration, and get off your bum and be motivated to do something. Just walk off a cliff, metaphorically, of course. But
Yeah,
you know,
right.
Yeah,
Just take the leap. Take the leap of faith.
that's right.
That you have faith in yourself too.
Yeah.
That's a to know when maybe this certain thing doesn't feel right. That it's the same thing. We need to have faith in ourselves. We have like the slowest burning candle. I think Dreama and I like we must be covering a lot of prayers.
We are, yeah. This will be burning for a while. The other day I lit one of these. I'm telling you, it was gone in 30 minutes.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
literally, it was like with this lady I was with. It was like, bam, it was gone. And I believe that I'm telling you that your intentions are so tied to this, and we're sending a lot of light and prayer and intention out today for people to step out, take a leap, do something different, be who you truly are, be your unique self. And
I'll burn my Katie
You can
later
sort of feel like
because she'll burn forever.
when you
These
light
burn really
it,
slow.
you can feel like
I love that candle.
the flame going away
Oh.
slowly down the
Oh, we have
like it's
That's how I
empty.
feel.
Yeah, it's like an
Sorry.
empty. Yeah, that's cool. Sorry.
That's okay. I forget that like this microphone's gonna like pick up like one voice at a time. So I'm like, oh, I'm having a conversation with Katie. They're having a conversation together. Yeah, we have a really cool resource for picking these up on the cheap. So let me know.
Ooh, even better.
Yes.
Even better.
So we're stocked.
Really?
Dream and I are stocked on those things.
I actually have. I've got candles somewhere around. I just don't remember where I put them. I got a candelabra that the candle doesn't actually fit into it whatsoever, so I've got to kind of chisel it down and
Yeah.
figure out how to wangle it in there.
Yeah. Isabel, you wanted to say something?
There's one for my boy, so she's there.
Yes. Isabel had a bully, and she prayed on her girl, and the girl, this was her bully, and she just wished for healing for that person, and that she would just find a different path that was more conducive to her. And you know what? The next day, the girl left school.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Yep.
wow, that's
Well, she had to come back because it was like in the middle of school, but I haven't heard anything.
Like she,
yeah, not actually broke that. That's awesome.
so she did a very good job. Yeah. So I think, does anybody have anything else to add? We can close out. I thank you to all the viewers that joined us. Hopefully this sheds some light on our own personal and spiritual healing that we go through in the process of great intention, and love. We use those words over and over again, but they're for good reason.
Right, that's right. Exactly.
So
Because it's the truth.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. It's beautiful.
Katie, did you want to add anything? Do you want to make the announcements? Dreama and I had an idea for a new show that we need to pass by you.
Ooh.
But we'll talk about that maybe after the show's over.
Sure.
And any other announcements coming up? Got some podcasts tonight?
I've got my own podcast, Dr. Margaret and Reverend Katie Speaks at 7 p.m. We're going to be talking all about healing, the psychological states of mind. And we're doing
Oh,
all about sabotage.
okay. So maybe we need to come up with a ceremony for that after.
Yeah. Dr. Margaret, if Anna Dreamer, you may not know her. Dr. Margaret Rogers Van Coops is world renowned. She's a psychic metaphysician. She's a healer as well. And she does everything through channeling, through intuition. And
Familiar.
I I'm a square. I'm a square. I do everything from an academic point of view with a very heavy academic psychological background. So, yeah. So we have two different approaches. That's why we can go into intuition, go into psychic development because that's what we teach. Or we can go into metaphysics, or we can go into psychology, we can go into psychiatry. It really depends on the route that we want. So there's multiple angles to different stories, and that is the very reason why I under Soma Fusion there is no rules to follow or methods to learn because we are so broad in what we educate people with.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that'll be on at 7 p.m. For people who want to look that up. That'll be up on the Soma Fusion media page, as well as YouTube. And yeah.
Lovely.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Have everybody have a beautiful Saturday,
Have a wonderful day.
and we will see everyone soon.
Yes, blessings. Thank you for joining us.